look back at this video,
like, oh,
and I'm going to instantly remember what I was talking about. He said, what restaurant? Well, that was the end of that. You know I got ADHD, Joe. Let's keep this thing moving along. As the Chicago Bears preseason has been announced. We've got preseason dates, and we got joint practice beef.
Oh, yeah.
We got joint practice beef. Oh, I love a joint practice. First off, we do got beef, and I should have made this a topic.
Right.
Ben Johnson's beef with everybody.
Oh, good.
Ben Johnson's taking shots at Matt LaFleur before he's even in the building. Yeah, he's taking shots at wasn't there a Kevin O'Connell shot, if I didn't miss it? Did y'all hear yesterday, though?
No.
I don't. Tush push. That's not an explosive play. We really worried about the tush push?
Oh, yeah. He said, I'm worried about explosive plays.
I like explosive plays. We're not worried about the tush push. We play Philly.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, they finna tush push us on 4 straight plays, bro. Like, relax, dog. No, he said, I'm here for all the smoke. But we got our
I love it.
We've got our preseason games announced, and we've got 2 joint practices. Week 1 is versus the Miami Dolphins, Sunday, August 10th. That's going to be a noon game. I'm not going to lie, 2 Sunday preseason games, I love that because I hate when they do it on a random Saturday, and I feel like the Hall of Fame game is on a Saturday. Week 2 is versus the Buffalo Bills. Both of those teams we will be playing a joint practice with the Bills and the Miami Dolphins. That's going to be Sunday, August 17th. That's a 7 p.m. game. We get a Sunday night football game in preseason, boys.
That's interesting.
Who's tingling?
I like that.
I'm a little tingly.
You a little tingly on that?
I'm hot and bothered there.
I like that.
No, that's the wrong one. Where's Shannon?
I think it was.
There it is.
Yeah.
Has new connotation now. And then we finish out the preseason with the Kansas City
Shots
Chiefs.
fired.
Friday, August 22nd. Another 7 o'clock game.
Hey,
A
wait a minute.
7:20 preseason
That
game.
means the first 7 o'clock game is the starters are going to be playing deep in that game.
Maybe.
Most likely.
We'll
It's the third
see.
game.
It's
the third game.
Third game.
There's
It's the third game. Yeah, so they play
usually is
deep.
about a half.
They play the
No,
first half.
They usually do a second game now because there's only 3 preseason games.
Oh, that's right.
So they usually do it in the second game, and then they give everybody that's not going to play.
They converted that 4th game.
Remember, there's no 4th game. Which,
It's-
by the way, last
that's
year we
some horse
did.
manure.
Remember, last year we did have a 4th game.
That's some horse manure.
No, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. You should just do away with the preseason. I hate it. It's the worst thing in the world.
No, you got to ramp
want
up.
that
You got to
money.
ramp up a little bit.
They
You
don't
got to
wanna
ramp
lose that
up.
No,
money.
you know what it becomes because you've made this an 18-game season. It becomes what we see in the beginning of the season anyway. You get some bad football early. Teams trying to figure some stuff out, just like every other sport has. Nobody's expecting you to be 5-0 to start the season.
I do.
Yeah, you're a little more meaty than most. Nobody's expecting you to be 5-0 to start the season with a 17-game schedule, right? If you're 2-3,
Jordan has them going 1, 2.
I think
3,
last year,
4,
if I'm not
5, 6,
mistaken-
7, 8, 9, 10-0 before they get to the Steelers.
what did
game.
the
10
Chiefs?
straight.
What was the Chiefs' record last year?
The Chiefs were like,
weren't
I
that
think
good.
they were
I ain't gonna lie, I had
10
them
and
down
one.
No, the
6-0.
Chiefs were good.
They were like
Let's not
10 and
do-
1.
Remember, they won a bunch of one-score games.
Yeah,
Right,
they
that's
were
what I
like
was
10
The
and 1. I think.
cardiac
The
Chiefs.
cardiac Chiefs last year. What were they?
Let's see standings. Let's go to last season. We got time. The Chiefs were 11-6, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the start of that season was a big chunk of
11 and 1.
the question marks. Oh, did they start off 11-1?
I think they started 11 and 1.
I don't believe so.
The
So they
Chiefs.
5
They
straight?
lost that first game. 2-1, 3. Maybe Drew's right. 4-1. Oh, Drew might be right. 5-1. Oh, Jesus, here we go. 6-1. Oh boy. 7-1. Oh, this is not looking good for you, Pat. 8-1. Dang it. 9-1. Oh nope. 9-2 or 7-2. 7-2. I got nervous. I thought he had it.
Okay, 11
I got
and
nervous.
1.
They lost to the Bills.
Jose, it
Wait,
was-
what
they're
year?
10
They
and
lost to
1.
the Bills. This is last year.
They were 10 and 2.
They were 15 and 2
I was
last
one
year.
off.
That's crazy.
Were they 15-2 last year? Oh, I'm looking at the season
15-2.
before.
They were
Yeah,
11-6 in 2023. Is that the year you're talking about?
No, 2024. They started off phenomenal,
Yeah, they're 15-2.
and they were like this
Yeah,
one score
you're right.
game. These one score games were going to have to end at some point, and it was like no, it wasn't because they kept on going.
Don't stop. Keep going.
I'm not mad at it.
They
Either
went
way, though,
1, 2, 3,
I think
4,
the
5, 6,
the
7,
thing
8,
that
9,
I am
10.
excited about with all of this is
9-0.
that you got the 2 joint practices.
Yeah.
2 joint practices is different from what we've done in a while here. Usually we do 1. Last year we did it with Cincinnati. There was a single kerfuffle. Cincinnati lost some pieces
Kerfuffle.
in that game too in the joint practices. They lost 2 guys. They got taken out on the stretcher. So it was a crazy day for Cincy. I'll be intrigued to see what kind of energy Ben Johnson puts into these, because there's usually 2 types of coaches. There's usually those coaches who come in and they're like, we're here to get some work in. You know, everybody get away. You know what I mean, you get some work in, work against a team that you're not used to. And then there's the coaches that come in and they're like, no, your goal today is to win practice.
Punch these dudes in the mouth.
Like, you need to show you're not the same old Chicago Bears. Your goal is your goal today is to win practice. I'll be very intrigued to see if that is how this Bears team comes into these joint practices.
I think it's more the latter, because you're already seeing the intensity level really rise with the practices that they're doing right now in OTAs. Like Ben Johnson is cursing people out. He's
It was an hour and a half practice, dog.
Dude, it's there's a culture being set, and so you want other teams to come in and face you with these joint practices. I believe the intensity level is going to rise even more. You know, there could be a couple kerfuffles or squabbles, but that's a good thing in my opinion. As long as nobody gets hurt or gets injured for the season, you want these guys to be aggressive. You want these guys to be ready. You want these guys to have that mentality of it's almost like we're ready for the season right now. So I love that.
It's not that. Well, that's part of it, but the main.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. The main.
Hey, everything you
It's
said,
not that.
bullshit.
Everything, throw that out the window.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
none of what you
Sorry,
said.
sorry.
Everything
Jordan.
you said, F that.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Pure and utter garbage. No, what it gets down to is that you need to test your offense against other defenses. You got to start getting Caleb in situations that allow him to actually learn. If you're only practicing against your defense, there's some nuances you're going to get, but the main thing is that you have to practice against other competition. So you're going against a stout, technically sort of a stout defense with Buffalo. I don't know what they're going to do in practice.
Buffalo was top 10.
Yeah. I'm saying in practice, if they actually practice.
Yeah, it depends on what players
If they actually are out there.
Real practice.
Yeah,
And now you have Miami. That's another offense. That's a high-flying offense that you get to with your defense. So, I mean, it's smart to get some of those type of teams where you can actually get somewhat of game speed to a degree. I mean, but it's to me, it helps install your offense. It helps get Caleb against some quality teams, not just only practicing against yourself.
It's smart to me because we don't play any of their divisions this year.
Well, we play them both in preseason, but we don't play them during the season.
Regular season. So you're going to show them, in my opinion, you're going to show some real life application.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to play them in the regular season, so we don't have to shell to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, you're gonna run some certain scenarios that you're trying to show some things in. You're gonna try and show some creativity. You're gonna try and show out. I think last year's was like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but we were excited coming out of that Bengals joint practice because Caleb Williams looked absolutely great. Now you get into the season. Also, there was no Trey Hendrickson in that practice, but you get into the season and you realize the Bengals are absolute dog water.
Yeah.
Like you have no defense. So what did that Caleb Williams good look like? Now you'd feel a lot worse if you looked bad against them. But I think in this scenario, you're trying to. I want to see the Bears come at this, and I always want to see my team come at this as the aggressor, as the tougher team, as the more dominant team, as the team that is willing to put everything on the line and willing to be in a fight. Now, you don't want to get fined at the end of the day. No. But if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Because the big thing for me is not just to fight in this, but like go out there and be the aggressor on offense. Go out there and be the aggressor on defense. Go out there and line up across from another team and say, you're not going to move us around. What did Tevin Jenkins say when he got here? I want anybody that stands across from me, I want them to know that I am the man that's in charge and there's nothing that they can do and they'll be pinned and pushed to the ground and there's nothing they can do about it. And it was a very weird thing to say. But I felt like
you want some accountability.
That was the mindset.
You want some accountability.
That should be the mindset of your team coming into this. You're not coming in. And I believe both of these, or is one of these will be in Miami. No, both of these are in Chicago. Both of these are here.
Hallis Hall,
Both of them are coming to Hallis Hall.
So it's almost like defend your home, defend your turf, set the tone.
Don't get hurt. but don't play weak either.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. How do you want to see Ben Johnson handle preseason?
The same way he's been handling everything since he's gotten through the door, with authority, with intensity, stamping his name as someone who is ready for that head coaching spotlight. Honestly, just come out with a bunch of aggression and just intensity. That's the word I keep coming back to. Is I want to see them really, really change the level of play, the level of intensity, from the outset. Don't go about this in a soft way. I understand that there's going to be some growing pains with the offense, being newly installed. With there's some new pieces on the defense, but overall, man, you really have to just put your stamp on how you start this thing out.
I think that take was hot doo-doo, but
Yeah, thank you.
Maynard.
I'm gonna start giving that doo-doo takes on purpose.
Maynard.
no, I think
Joel said you already are.
I think the preseason is exactly what it is.
Hey, this is completely sidetracked, but I had YouTube pulled up on here. Hey man, why everybody using our font, bro?
Right.
Dude,
everybody
looking at the bottom.
That
Yeah.
just caught me off guard, bro. And I know both of the people whose videos these are. Everybody using our font, bro.
Oh, I see Hayes over there.
I know, but, you have to call nobody out. Jesus,
Oh, I
Biter.
call him out.
Biter.
I don't know the other one, but
Biter.
still
Hey,
our
people.
hey,
Yeah, I
That's
see
my
him.
boy.
What they say?
Yeah, I see him.
What they say
didn't
when
get
someone
it.
when someone uses
that's
your
why you don't
stuff.
commit crimes
You
with
didn't get
Joel,
the
right?
assignment.
That's why you don't commit crimes with Joel. Hey man, how long we gonna be robbing this bank?
Will you shut up?
Joel,
No.
that's a police officer
No.
you're talking to.
No. Hey, Drew, dog, you used my name, dog.
Hey, what was that just then?
Something that
I
was
seen that in the show yesterday.
You
I was
used my
like, you want to
name.
give him the whole government?
Jeez.
Nah. I think the preseason for the most part, too, you're not really gonna get much out of that.
Well, I'm just saying, how do you want to see him handle
But-
the
but we
players?
can't.
How do you want to see him
But
handle?
we can't.
Yeah.
We can't because we don't play them. So you're gonna see
want anybody
not
getting-
a exact replica of our offense, but you're gonna see something darn close to it because they can't use it against us.
Oh no, you're gonna see vanilla.
Right,
Teams
right,
watch tape. Ben Johnson is
right.
No,
We're
I
not
think it's
gonna
gonna
get
be
a
a
lot
little
out
bit
of
more than vanilla, but it's not gonna be full Action Jackson. But
It-
it's gonna
it-
be more than
it-
vanilla.
it's gonna be vanilla.
No, it's gonna be more than. It has to be more than vanilla because he has a whole new. He has a whole
not
offense
vanilla.
to put in a win now situation.
What I would like to see is there any kind of cohesion of the offensive line with the snap count, with Caleb being able to just hike the ball.
those little things,
Like
yeah.
that's what you want to see. You're not really going to see anything. They're not going to show nothing. So I'm
Show
fine.
me something.
Show me what you're working with.
The only game we're going to really see, and
Shake
it's
it
still going to be
fast.
basic,
Watch yourself.
is that second game for a couple of quarters. So, for the most part, just can he get the terminology down? Is he able to command the huddle with a new offense? Is Ben Johnson able to get things? Can they kind of just get plays in and out and they don't look like they're lost out there? So to me, that's what this is all about. It's practice to get them ready. So when game one, you know what? They might be rusty for their first half. It might be that by the fourth quarter they might start to figure something out. I don't know. But the whole thing is that's what preseason is for, is to start to get your the infrastructure in place so that everybody's out there being able to play. Yeah.
Joe? Shut up.
It's a bad take, Joe.
I will say this. I will say this, by the
Bad
way, though. When watching Caleb and them yesterday, the one thing that I was impressed by, because you got to understand, I understand Caleb's been in the league. This is a new system. This is a new system. This is a new.
What is that?
There's a new system. There's a new
Weird.
coaching staff,
Yeah.
an entirely new offensive coaching staff, new terminology, new language coming in. Caleb Williams is
New.
running a new system.
I just said that.
But what I'm saying is, this is why we don't let Joel have that cup. This is why we don't let Joel have that cup.
in there.
No, but watching them yesterday, by the way, second OTA practice.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams in the huddle, one knee, boom, boom, up,
It's
break.
functional. Oh, it's functional.
It was
looks,
quick.
So he
It
looks
was
good.
quick.
He looks good.
I like
And by
the
the way,
functional
I
quarterback.
feel like a lot of people took, and I think a lot of shows explained it this way. I've been trying to do it today, and I can't say I didn't explain it this way. Ben Johnson not screaming the whole practice. Like, I think a lot of people left yesterday's practice thinking, like, Ben Johnson was after him every time the ball got snapped. God dang!
That's the propaganda.
That would be funny.
If one of y'all say some silly play one more time, y'all are going to feel my wrath. Now, Caleb, call the play. Spider Y2 banana. Son of like, I think people thought just every play Ben Johnson was flying off the handle. We couldn't find Ben.
So
Ben is a chameleon, bro. I spent 35 minutes at his practice looking for Ben Johnson. No, legitimately. He was standing in front of somebody who was a little bit bigger than he was, like wider, but wearing the same clothes.
Oh, okay.
When I finally found him, I was like, is that him blending into that man standing behind him? And then like you can't blending in?
No. Standing behind another guy like that. That
I'm challenging. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. I'm throwing a challenge flag on that one.
my Spidey they didn't go off.
Yeah, but you literally
done definitely worse.
literally like continue to lose Ben throughout the entire practice, and then all of a sudden you hear, Cole, God, son of.
Holy cold.
But it wasn't the entire practice.
Yeah.
It was a moment in the practice that everyone saw.
aggravation.
And I think how people are explaining this is basically Ben Johnson was punching coaches in the face throughout practice.
Yeah.
So wait,
moving past.
Where are we in the practice? Like they're not doing it actually like hitting anything, right? This is just kind of install.
This is all install. But, bro, yesterday was an hour and a half practice.
But so like what you
An hour and a half is insane.
But remember how they have to. They got to get everything going again.
OTAs are not that long.
No, I'm saying they have to. It's a new situation. So what you saw from last year.
You only get a select amount of time. Usually you space the time out evenly through OTAs. And so you get like a 45-minute practice, you off the field, 45 minutes.
Right.
Ben Johnson, we got to get this right.
Right.
Get in the huddle. But this is not normal is what I'm saying around the league.
Because they're trying to get some stuff on. So from what you've seen from last year, like it's a night and day difference, right?
What I saw in the second OTA practice, and I asked Luke and Ellis this on the show today, tap in today's episode, or yesterday's episode of Chicago Bears podcast. I asked Luke and Ellis this. In 3 years of going to training camps with Matt Eberflus and 1 year of going to training camp with Matt Nagy, I've never seen a practice that intense.
Mm-hmm. Good.
It's OTAs.
Good.
They can't do nothing. They have no pads. There's literally nothing.
Don't matter.
I've never seen a practice that intense in my life.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I should say in my life. I've never seen a practice that intense since
give us a
covering the
Which means
team.
what's going to happen when the pads do come on?
I think they may try to kill each other.
I miss
each other.
I miss going down to Bourbon
Day.
I used to go all the time. It used to be fun to watch
All
that.
right, we'll wrap it up there. We put your closing remarks on it.
We close it out. We'll
close
close it
it
out.
out.
Close it out?
Yeah, close it out. You want to close it out?
Let's close it
Damn
out.
good close out.
Darn good.
You go light on that one. Dang good close out. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Let us know how you want to see Ben Johnson handle the preseason. Let us know your thoughts on which Caleb Williams you want to see the Chicago Bears come to war with by the end of the season. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, for the super producer, Joel Holt, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. Of course, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Brad Don. One love. Peace.